Previously on Legacy of Ash. Oh no! They shot Karina on her golden birthday!
Remy will remember this.
I've got bad news. They've got a dead man's clamp on the ship.
This is Grinder. Prepare to be boarded.
What do you want, Grinder?
Run away with me, Triz. I'll spare your crew.
Captain has to make the tough decisions. The camera opens to Rasan, a large, green, furry bouncer slowly floating along in the countryside, a small child riding atop. The two conversing idly, having become fast friends over the past couple days. Suddenly, the nearby earth and forest begin to thunder and shake, a horrendous earth-ripping sound coming from nearby. La turns and begins flying as quickly as possible away from the noise and the destruction. Rain looks over her shoulder towards the rumbling earth and soon sees a massive, unnatural storm raging close. The storm, a fiery inferno with radiant lightning and supernatural wind, was quickly closing in on the two from the heart of the forest. When it was moments from enveloping them, Rain opened herself to what little notion of the force that she had and gripped onto it with all of her spirit. Instinctively, she opened herself to the force and let it flow through her in this final moment of their lives. The world around the two became one of fire and lightning and howling wind, a world of destruction and death. The two held on for dear life, somehow still alive, protected by a small sphere of energy that kept the storm at bay. Within moments, the storm swept over them like a wave, and not a moment later the protective shield gave out and Rain slipped motionlessly off Law's back, landing hard on the charred earth. Law stopped and circled around the unconscious girl, even nuzzling her gently with a fin. Rain coughs herself awake, her face now pale and gaunt, her frame drained of all of its energy. As Rain slowly looked around and rose to her feet, she looks to this destroyed landscape, still unsure of what just happened. Law, it was like the dream you had. The dream where the whole forest was gone. The bouncer solemnly nodded. They were cursed with dreams of the future. Lately, all the bouncers ever dreamed of, or ever dreamed about, was pain and death. A war from the stars had spilled over into the skies and onto the earth below. The world was in pain, and the bouncers felt that pain through their dreams. If the pain in those dreams became too powerful, if the dream was too real, the bouncers suffered, as the earth had. Many of Law's friends, especially the young ones who dreamed the hardest, had already fallen from the sky. So many dreams of pain and suffering had already killed many of their friends. Yes, the forest dream, it has come true. Many dreams now come true. Bad dreams coming. She looked to the small child, who looked startled from the storm and its destruction. You saved us, little one. Was that me? I was just so scared. Rain, strong. Law have dream about rain. Powerful in dream. You dreamed I was a Jedi? I can't wait until I tell my cousins about this. Law hesitated for a moment. No Jedi. Dark Jedi. Rain looked confused. You had a dream that I was a Sith? Rain, dark Jedi. Powerful dark Jedi. I don't want to be a dark Jedi. Just dream. Rain, good little one. But, La, all of your dreams come true. La hopes this dream not come true. Rain began to cry and slowly walked away from the bouncer. La followed her for some time, traveling in silence. Drained from the storm, La was too distracted to notice Rain stepped up to a ledge of a nearby cliff, almost too distracted to see the girl throw herself over the edge. La raced to the edge, ready to fly down and save the child once again. But when the bouncer reached the edge, she saw Rain floating in midair halfway down the drop, dangling as though suspended by some unseen force. La began to float down to her, and to her dismay, Rain floated up to meet her back at the ledge of the cliff. I never want to hurt anyone, so I wanted to kill the dark Jedi that you dreamed of. When I jumped, I changed my mind. I will prove you wrong. Your dream is wrong. I will train with Jedi and show you, my friend. I will make you proud. You say that bad dreams are coming. I will give you good dreams, because that's what friends are for. The camera fades to black. It opens to a massive explosion. Debris starts to jet out everywhere from the core. Not just one explosion. 3 explosions. Ships blowing up. The reactors going overload as explosions rack the crate, drawing the other 2 into its fireball, turning all 3 ships cluttered together into one massive explosion. The escape pod hurling through the black, empty space, not so empty as signs of the recent battlefield litter the area. The scavengers having laid a well-organized trap for any passerbys who happen to be unfamiliar with Hutt Space or feeling particularly helpful. The camera pushes into the escape pod where the engine is barreling forward, Remy barely able to handle the controls as he's pushing it at full speed, trying to outrun the blast of these 3 ships. From behind, a massive chunk hits the engines, and the escape pod loses temporary power. As it recycles and starts to power up again, the escape pod becomes almost impossible to fly. You guys soon bounce off a piece of debris as the ship and the explosions behind begin to pepper the escape pod. Tiny sounds of metal hitting the exterior hull, knowing that this thing was built not for these conditions. Every single time you guys hear a little chunk, you guys even hear dunk, and a dent presses into the room. You guys are fearful for your lives, but you're also reeling. The crate was right there a moment ago, and now she's gone.
Carking hell, Remy, can you not run us into every piece of Sheb out there?
Open your cripping eyes, Captain. Look at it. We're flying through a field of debris. This thing can't handle it. I'm trying my best.
Well, we should be flying and not just careening. So what's going on, huh?
Okay, smart guy. You think you're so good at everything. Remy stands up out of the pilot's chair. Would you like a shot? Should I find the nearest sun for us to careen into, or would you like this to be your final grave?
God damn it, Remy. We don't have time for this. This stupid little escape pod is about to fall apart, okay? I have to try and hold this piece of crap together. I don't have time to deal with this.
You know what? You may be captain now, but you're captain of nothing. You're captain of an escape pod.
Yeah, you're right. I am captain of nothing. And I'm looking right at it.
Remy's gonna punch him.
Deal. Go ahead and roll a brawl check.
Okay.
That's a thing we do.
I think Remy is going to spend a force point to increase.
Because Remy's a super asshole.
Remy uses the force to
His
punch
brawn.
his friends. Sometimes you use the force to punch your friends.
What's your difficulty?
Just 2 purples,
yeah?
yep. And you get a boost because Bruto's probably not expecting to get punched by his friend.
Well, I got 3 advantage on that punch.
Okay, so you miss.
Wait. I can also spend a force point.
Look at me. I'm a force wizard
Hey.
and I have a character sheet full of bullshit.
I hit you once with 3 advantage.
So what's your damage?
3.
Okay.
Brawl, yeah. So that just gets soaked, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay, so he
You,
punches you.
punch my shoulder.
Yeah, he punches your shoulder.
Your metal shoulder.
What's advantage? You can't crit, right? Like
No, I think I
Okay.
can daze him a little bit.
you can
though.
give him strain with
But,
your
yeah.
advantage. Yeah. So do you just want to do that?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you take 3 strain.
So I also have a character sheet full of bullshit. I can reduce incoming force strain by 3.
Deal.
To a minimum of 1.
So he punches you. He thematically punches you in the shoulder.
What's your problem, Remy?
Yeah, I was like, Var's gonna stand up.
Like,
at
I don't
that point.
think Remy's gonna back down. I think he's just gonna try to
So
talk
these two,
to him.
I think Bruto probably grabs him by his shirt, right? At this point.
Well,
yeah.
I think shoulders.
Okay.
Yeah.
So one on each arm so that he can't hit again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna run under Bruto's arm, and I'm not actually strong enough to put them apart from each other, but
if
I'm
somebody
in
throwing a
between
punch,
them.
It's probably gonna hit you.
Well, yeah, so I'm gonna stand there. And guys, what the hell are you doing?
Get out of my way, Var. I'm teaching this guy a
No,
lesson.
shut up. We don't have time to do this right now. This is not what our time can be spent doing. We need to get out of here. Do we even know where we're going?
Well. Vox
You're
is pointing at the window, and you guys are heading towards a large piece of ship.
I grab the wheel and turn it just at the last minute.
So you guys are still, unfortunately you guys still have your forward momentum from when the engine's cut off, so you guys are still drifting a little bit.
Yeah.
Vox just kind of rolls and kind of shoves you guys out of the way, and he's kind of haphazardly trying to fly while you guys deal with this
He's
shit.
not porting in. He's
No.
using his little shocker manipulator.
He just has this clamp, just.
We
Alright.
can't let Vox pilot this thing. We need help.
Well,
Vox, you're great, but not right now.
This little droid is the cause of all this.
No! Stop it. We don't have time for this right now. We don't have time to have a fight right now. We need to figure out where we're going and how to get there. We need the ship fixed, and me pressing buttons not going to do anything except probably make things worse. And we need the ship to fly, and we both know that I'm not good at flying things. So can you both get your heads out of your asses and help us get out of here? And you can
So-
resume this little fight when we're safer.
I've still got Remy by the shoulders.
I'm still standing in between you both.
Right, but
it's a very intimate.
how tall is
It's a very intimate circle
We're
right
just
here.
kind of
group cuddling?
Because you're like this, and Var's right here, yelling at both of you. It's very intimate, with Vox at your guys' crotch area, just trying to fly the ship without any elbow room.
So I think I'm just going to kind of push Remy towards the steering.
Okay.
And I'm assuming this escape pod has some kind of computer,
Yeah.
so we can see where we are.
Yeah, you might want to work on the engines before we do any calculations,
okay.
because you guys are not able to stop, and so it's...
Well, that's fun too.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are playing pinball in space. Where points are near-death experiences.
Hey, we've got a pretty high score then.
Exactly. So, right.
Right, so I'm going to throw Remy towards the console then.
'Kay.
And I guess I'm going to go and find what
Towards the
exclusive
rear.
engines we have on
'Kay.
this vessel.
All right. It's probably a pretty big mess, so I think Vox, once he sees what's happening, he's going to roll back and try and help you. So you now have command of the ship. I'm going to make you do a piloting check.
Okay.
To try and basically avoid some nasty stuff.
Okay.
We're going to make this a average with 2 setback.
Okay.
So
And if you can
I have
remove-
to do computer
Yeah, I can
things,
remove
'cause I
one
have
of them.
intellect of 2.
Yeah, the setbacks are basically because you don't have any ways to brake, so you're just swerving, and you keep pumping the brakes, but you keep forgetting that they don't work.
We have to keep the escape pod going faster than 75 miles an hour.
That's true.
Are we in a chase?
No. Technically, you're chasing after not debris.
We're being pursued by debris.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most of the debris hit your ship and just passed on, though.
Ooh, that's really good roll. So we'll do...
I feel like you're gonna regret using your good rolls early though.
Okay, we'll change that to that. So I got 3 success, a triumph, and 1 threat.
Okay. So you
Which I can remove actually with that.
You
so,
handedly begin to pilot the ship with your successes. You have no threat now.
Yeah.
Okay. What would you like to use your triumph on?
I think maybe finding like a clear
Patch
path
of space.
or
Okay.
to navigate in.
Deal. So you kind of see this pocket where you can kind of just basically get it in a kind of lazy circle.
Are we still ahead of that, like, the blast coming?
The blast kind of rushed
Went
past
past
you
it.
guys. It's not like a full Death Star or anything. It's just
Yeah.
3 ships exploding. So it was pretty fast. It kind of peppered the ship. It's what blew up the engine a little bit, stuff like that. So you're pretty safe from hurling debris. Now it's just finding like a place to circle while he gets the engines rolling and you guys can actually stop.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, you're good. You're good with that. Not only did you not hit anything, but now you're clear from further piloting checks in this manner. If you want to start building a computers check, we can do that. If you want to see where you're at.
Astrogation.
What you don't want to do though is call a Hutt cab because you guys have a big bounty on your head.
What's my difficulty?
It depends. Do you want to wait until Bruto's done with the engines? Because then the power will be a little bit more...
Yep.
Okay.
I
Then
do.
we'll just come back to you in a second.
Awesome.
All right. Bruto, you head back to the engines. You pull off a panel off the back of the escape pod. And you see just like sparks kind of misfiring. And you can tell that the engines are in pretty bad shape.
Okay.
Deal.
Can
So-
I try and like stabilize them?
Absolutely. Yeah. So Vox rolls up and he's like, well, what? And kind of, where do you need me?
Away from here.
Well,
You've done enough.
what?
Just go bug somebody else, okay? You've cost enough on this mission already.
What? What do you mean?
Look, Vox, because of your little mission, I have lost 3 people that I actually consider friends. And those are really hard for me to come by.
What?
Can I get a translation?
Just, it's sort of like, I never meant for anyone to die on this. I'm just doing what I need to.
And why do you need to?
Well, for my friends.
Look, Vox, like... I'm sure your friends are great and all, but they're not here. Mine are, or they were.
He says, wouldn't you do anything for someone that you loved beyond computing?
I think Bruto's just gonna hit the engine real quick with, like, his fist. His robot fist.
Deal.
It's like, Vox, what the hell do you even know about love? You're a droid.
He's just kind of lowers his head, and he just enters a low power sequence and stops talking.
I'm gonna fix the engine.
Okay, roll it.
How big
what's the
is our
difficulty?
escape pod?
There's a picture of it on the ship. I know that. I
I
think
was
it's in the
just
pile of
curious.
papers over there. I think it sits 10 people. So
Okay.
you guys can kind of hear the gist of the conversation.
Okay, that's what
Yeah.
I was curious about. Can I just walk back and like go to Vox and bring him back to the front with me?
As you walk up, you put your hand on Vox, and you can tell that he's just humming in a low power mode. He's not responsive right now.
It's a 6-person escape pod.
Yeah, so it's fairly intimate.
I'm gonna just sit in the closest chair that's like in the middle of both. like pretty much.
Barney
Like,
just
Rifling through her bag, trying to find something.
Yeah. All
What
right.
have I
So
got? What have I got?
for
Difficult.
the
I roll a
engines,
dice
you've
to
got
see if she
a
has
hard
it?
check because it's in pretty bad shape, and I'm going to give you 2 setback because it is sparking, and
Okay.
I'm actually going to move 1 purple up to a red because if you were to be able to do it, exterior repairs would probably be a lot more important.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can remove 1.
Okay.
Jenny, would you like to use your skilled drugs to find glitter some aboard
Don't
the
you also
ship?
have a creep skill?
You really do have a custom skill called Find Drugs, right?
No, I
ranks-
don't. No,
ranks in
I
Find Drugs.
wish.
You
Just stop.
you lift up a seat because all the seats in the escape pod
Oh,
are
this is
also
where she kept her
storage.
stash.
It just
I would like to say
sparkles in
Var
her
has
face.
been sober for a really long time on this campaign now, but she would like to like roll the dice to see if she could have successfully stolen RC's flask before they left.
I'll let you have it.
Cool, she's
2
gonna drink the whole
success,
thing.
1 advantage.
3 success, 1 advantage.
2 and 1.
Okay, so you definitely fix the engines. Your advantage can be to alleviate strain or strain from the pod or whatever. Yeah. Right. So the engines kind of cycle through. You can tell that there's some major external damage. You're getting maybe 30 to 40% power out of the engines, and that's probably as good as it's going to get without external repairs.
I've done all I can, but we don't have much. We need to find some place to set down fast. I don't know how long power is going to be stable, and if we lose power, we lose life support.
You want to teach me how to do the computer thing and find a place for us to go?
I just go to the computer and find a place for us to go.
Yeah, she asked, "Do you want me to do computer checks?" And she's,
I just like to think that, like, for whatever reason, one side of our escape pod has got, like, a single chair that slides between the seats. So we're just, like, sliding Var from driving area to engineering and back and forth.
yeah. Right. So you head up, and you're able to do. So you head up to the computers.
Okay. I want to find out where we are, where our trajectory may be taking us.
Okay. Well, he's just circling
Okay.
slowly right now. So you guys don't know where you're at, but with a good astrogation check, because that's actually the skill.
Okay.
Does anyone else have astrogation?
I have 1 rank in astrogation.
I have none,
I have
and an
one.
intelligence of 2.
I don't think I'd help Bruto right
We
now,
have a
though.
droid for that.
Yeah, that's fair. But you yelled at
You
him.
yell at him and he doesn't want to work.
You hurt his feelers.
The droids don't have
Because you said, "What do you know about love?" Droids love too, damn it.
Difficulty?
You know what Vox knows about love? To not shoot you with his disruptor when you're being a jerk.
Well, I think that's kind of a
You
self-preservation
want to know what
thing.
love is?
It's not being
Vox will
disrupted.
show you. All right, go ahead and roll astrogation. I think it's just an average check. I'm going to give you 1 setback because the computers are kind
Not
of cycling through low power
It
sequences.
belong to our ship.
Yeah.
I have...
One success. I see that, yeah. I like how she just laughed at you.
What are dice results?
Deal. So you guys have 1 success. So you're able to kind of pull up some star charts, and you definitely realize that you guys are not far from where you dropped out of hyperspace, where you were expecting to be. So you're very close to Nar Shaddaa, the smuggler's moon. And you'd probably be able to get there on this kind of low power engine without any harassment or anything like that. It'll probably be like a full day. Whereas before it would have
boy.
taken not much because you guys had a very fast ship. But nowadays, you guys are going like 0.25 impulse power or sublight speed instead of the 5 I think the crate could go,
Yeah.
or the 4. So yeah.
Awesome.
Yep. And then Remy also like would have to like slightly turn the wheel just so you guys
The alignment is
list.
terrible.
Yeah, just so you guys are kind of like turning and just flying sideways.
Taking off his belt and tying it.
Exactly. It's autopilot. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you do some calculations, and you realize that you're going to be stuck in this escape pod with everybody for at least a day.
Great.
On the bright side, we have snacks.
That's all blocked within Vox.
Droid full of snacks.
Yeah. Also, I like how MREs are like insanely high calorie meals too. So it's not just snacks; it's like super dense food that makes you.
We have food for like a month.
Yeah, like one meal is like a day's worth of calories.
We'll eat them all.
You guys get to Hutt Space and you guys are like, oh, bring me Solo. Just fit right in, looking like Hutts. Perfect.
Can't get out of the escape pod.
All right, we should probably turn on Syrinscape.
So we're pretty close to Nar Shaddaa. We're not actually that far away. The downside is, with our engines in their present state, we're about a day's out. Or a day out. Remy, you should be seeing a course, as I do what would be in a tech universe a cool flip thing, but in Star Wars I guess it's just coordinates or something.
Yep. You guys have a star map that you have to do
like
the old
it's like a roto printer, just.
I think that's alien level technology.
Yeah.
In this one, you have this giant see-through two-person or two-way mirror kind of thing where you have to like draw like old-timey sea vessels.
Like a sheet of plexiglass. Okay,
Yeah.
so we want to follow this star for 37 minutes, and
Yep. You have a course plotted.
All right.
Yeah. You slowly begin to fly it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you push the throttle forward and you just hear the engines go.
no, Remy, not that much. You really shouldn't push this one.
I'd shift into second and it's like, no.
Yeah, as you're driving, you see debris coming towards you like this. For the viewers at home, it's like this.
We're keeping pace with the debris.
Yeah, it's slowly drifting forward than you. Like,
It's going faster than us.
you set a tractor beam on the debris just to pull you a little bit.
Wrong tech.
Exactly.
Well, actually, there are
There are tractor beams, yeah.
Death Star have them.
I think fire sprays even have them.
Do they?
Yeah, because they fuck up ships and then take them to jail. Anywho, right, so you guys are stuck in an escape pod. We can roleplay every painstaking minute of this, or we can kind of sweep over it with broad strokes.
Yeah,
Jenny.
let's replay every minute of it.
Perfect.
No.
All right, so you guys are eating lunch. No,
Mine has strawberry jam.
Yeah, what kind of MRE did I get?
You didn't get anything because you made Vox sad.
I can extract an MRE from a droid. I think with my mechanics knowledge, I know how to
So just so we're clear, for my sake, you want to tell Vox that he doesn't know what love is, and then rip his innards open and steal sustenance from his body.
Yes.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, no, Var's not gonna let that happen.
Sorry, drunk Var's not
You
going
are
to let that happen. Right. So.
Trent Fire's just gonna get, like, seat belted in.
All right. So let's
Okay,
kind
she's
of.
been sober from drugs. She can handle her alcohol still, thank you.
What's your brawn? 2? Yeah, you can handle RC's flask just fine. That man wasn't crazy.
Nope.
It totally wasn't, like, toilet wine either.
Nope.
Like,
No, it was like moonshine he made on day tweet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. So
No.
you get pretty drunk.
That's how I deal with things.
Vox eventually comes back after he's waited an appropriate amount of time to let Bruto cool his heels, because they're friends ish. Asterisk. Right. So let's just kind of summarize the day as it happens. Right. We don't have to do too many role playing scenes. Obviously, the crate's gone. The captain's gone. How do those things weigh on each of your characters?
Well, Var drank an entire flask.
Okay.
She's handling great.
And how is Var drunk? Is she emotional? Is she combative? What does drunk Var look like in this moment?
Well, in this moment, she's just gonna be I'm just sitting in a corner. Like,
Okay.
I'm staying near Vox
Okay.
and as far away from these two as I can, but we're in a tiny escape pod, so that's not very far.
Yeah.
I'm just following
Yeah.
Vox around.
I mean, honestly, the escape pod is probably smaller than the room we're in
yeah,
right now.
no, I'm just following Vox.
Yeah. Okay. So he's just sitting in the corner and he's just talking with you gently or softly. And what do you guys talk about mostly to keep your minds busy and keep your minds off things?
Whatever toys he still happens to have.
It's just he's stuffed with to the
No,
brim
he's
with
still
food.
got some crayons.
So maybe you guys are doing inventory of all the foodstuffs
Yeah.
that he has in his little compartments.
Make a list. We'll come back to you.
Yep.
Right. So how do you guys process this most of this day? Do you guys ever reconcile? Do you guys ever talk to each other, like apologize or anything, or?
I don't think Remy would. I think Remy's just gonna kind of brood it out a little bit.
Oh, good.
Oh.
I like how the entire escape pod's floor is now eggshells.
I think Remy's just gonna kind of hold the steering wheel in one hand and kind of play with that coin that he got from RC.
Okay.
And the other kind of just examining it, rolling it on his knuckles, just whatever, keep him busy. And
I'd like to think too that maybe once you get clear of the debris and you're feeling pretty safe about things and very much not wanting to be here, you kind of pick up the holocron and let your eyes fade to that white.
Yeah.
And basically see the vision that we went over at the start of this episode. Which
I
probably
think-
makes you guys a little
Yeah,
miffed.
because that's really what we need right now.
Yeah, is Remy just fine? He can go play his damn video games or whatever he's doing. I like how Bruto's kind of an old man. He's like, well, damn spacers.
Damn video games.
Playing with they holocrons.
Doing their levitation shit.
Back in my day, our holocrons didn't make us see visions. They made us do math homework.
It's just been a misrepresented part of Jedi lore. They're not actually great wealths of knowledge.
Yeah, they're just
They're interactive homework
yeah.
machines.
It's just a year. They have syllabus.
Yeah.
They have syllabi. Yeah. All right. So how does Bruto take most of the day?
I think a lot of it is just trying to process. So he's just kind of staring out the window at space. A lot has happened lately. He still is kind of mourning for RC, and now the loss of the captain and the new responsibility of keeping this little crew safe.
Not only that too, but old Blue.
Yeah.
She was a character in
that's
your
tough.
life. Yeah. Does Bruto feel more at home in space or on world?
I think space.
Okay. Deal.
Because space is really easy to be nothing. To kind of just disappear. So in space,
no one can hear you scream.
exactly.
Sorry, I can't not have that line and not follow it up. Sorry. Aliens
can
is
hear you
too
scream.
ingrained into my
Or hear you
lore.
cry. It's better than screaming into a pillow.
All right, moving on. Sorry, I just had to do an alien reference. That was mostly for Riley, anyways. They mostly come at night.
mostly.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead. Now that we're done.
So a lot of it's just trying to process this. I mean, he's got new responsibility. He's got he lost a ship, lost a captain. Is now captain of this little ragtag troop. And
Do Remy's words cut a little bit? Captain of a escape pod, even the title.
I think a bit, because to Bruto, who's been on a number of crews, captains aren't always just assigned to a vessel. I mean, it's a rank of authority.
Yeah.
And it extends beyond just your house. And so it does kind of cut deep, especially considering that he's only ever tried to look out for what's best for his friends. And he hopes to be able to continue to do that, but right now he just doesn't know.
Yeah.
And he
you're
just
about
has
to-
this little nagging knowledge in the back of his head that the crew's falling apart. He's got 150,000 credits and a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. It'd be very easy just to
Walk
catch
away.
a transport out of spaceport. Deal. So Bruto spends a lot of time staring out that window, contemplating different directions that his life could go in the next couple days. Right. Right. So unless there's anything else, we'll kind of proceed forward until the next action. Deal.
Crash
Okay,
landing.
Crash landing. Yep. Coming in. So you guys, as you guys are approaching, you see Nar Shaddaa. You guys transmit all your transponder code stuff. You guys submit that you were attacked by pirates. They give you a direct area to kind of land in. It's not like a traditional spaceport area, especially for a cargo pod or escape pod. So you guys do come in. I'm going to have you roll to land this bad boy because the engines, you guys are basically going to have to do almost guaranteed a crash landing.
Yeah. Okay. Space?
This might even be planetary.
Okay.
I forget the distinction, but I think it's fair to say that this is a planetary one because you're not dealing with all your verticals.
Yeah.
X, Y, and Z vertices. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna make this 3 purples and a red. It's gonna be a daunting check to land this without injury to your crew.
Bruto buckles up.
Yeah. Yeah. You hear Vox like engage the metallic locks as well as like strap himself in. He like reaches up and grabs like a piece of metal and just crunches it over himself.
I like take my power bolter and like bolt in an extra seatbelt or two.
Yeah.
I'm going to commit a force point to increase my agility as well as roll
Let's
with
clear
the
some
force.
dice out of your way.
Is it a check? Can I take a shortcut?
You're taking the quickest route.
Shortcut to ground.
You are taking the quickest route.
I think that's how you die. Okay, take a shortcut to
Those
the ground.
go. Those go. Those go. So even without the force die, I get 2 success and 2 advantage.
Okay, wow. You land it like a dainty butterfly. Right, so you're coming in hot. You do this like real cool, like you almost like you're coming in so hot, aimed right at the ground, and then at the last second you kind of pull up and you get a lot of braking out of it, momentum, and then you kind of drift for a little while, and then you set it down and you just kind of you scrape to a stop, a standstill, and all of you guys, when he's coming in just straight, you're like, Remy, I got it, so you kind of swoop down, you land, you scrape to a stop, it kind of twists, you're just kind of holding on to the steering wheel as it's shaking. Vox is, whoa! Everybody's kind of like really scared. It almost starts to roll a little bit when it comes to a complete sideways, and then it kind of rolls halfway and then stops, and you end up like, huh. You guys are completely stuck.
Belt. I forgot to pull the belt off.
All right, you guys are landed on Nar Shaddaa, the smuggler's moon. You immediately see like some Jawas running up and like start stripping parts off your escape pod.
I think we'll like kick open the door and like shoot up in the air to get their attention.
Yeah, so the door itself is like slightly raised, so when you eject off the door, you're gonna have to like climb out.
Bruto kicks the door and it just goes dunk.
So yeah,
Kick it again.
the top door shoots off, right? But then you guys are gonna have to like climb out, and then and they kind of scatter it. But they have like a couple parts that they ran off with. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think I want to try and talk to the Jawa leader.
They all scattered.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And you guys are kind of looking around, and you're seeing a lot of aliens staring at you. There's a huge runway of skid mark on metal.
We should get out of here.
Yeah.
We need to disappear like now.
Does Vox have any way to?
I was just gonna say, how's Vox gonna get out?
Stuff? He's just gonna use his metallic
magic.
Yeah.
The same kind of droid magic.
Yeah,
we just R2 everywhere.
We just circle wipe and you guys are walking elsewhere. Yeah. That's how Star Wars covers most of that bullshit. Or they just retroactively give R2-D2 thrusters.
Yeah.
He's got rockets.
Yeah, that he never uses in classic trilogy.
He's got a grappling hook too.
Because
I'm pretty sure.
stuff. Yeah, I think Vox has one because he uses it in the nightclub, but back on Corellia.
Oh yeah.
To hang up in the ceiling so he couldn't get to him.
He can get out.
Oh, Vox.
He's sometimes a jerk. It's okay.
Right.
So I think we're going to try and blend in with the crowd.
Deal. So I'm going to have a knowledge check to kind of get your bearings.
Yep, nope, not me.
This is knowledge outer rim, isn't it?
It sure is. To kind of get any sort
Almost
of sense.
like I'm from there.
And I will give you a boost because you have been in Hutt Space and you've heard a bit about Hutt Space. This is going to be hard. You guys are on an alien planet. I'm also going to give you a setback because you also have a bounty on your head in this territory. Actually, I'm going to... Yeah. That's just making you nervous. I was like, I'm going to give you more because Var has one specifically aside from the mission, but I'm fine with that.
So just the one?
Yeah, just the one.
I have 1 success.
Deal. Yeah. a lot of crazy rolls
That's
tonight.
all we need.
Right. So 1 success. So you guys get a sense that you are somewhere you shouldn't be, and that you should probably get to the Corellian sector to kind of not be surrounded by people who want to take your stuff.
And strip our droid for parts.
Yes, 100%.
Strip our droid for MREs.
Because do you guys even have your weapons? I think they...
I thought we took those as part of our gear, but...
Yeah, I thought they gave us
Gotcha.
those.
Okay. So you guys don't have much, though. Mm-mm. You guys don't have change of clothes.
Basically,
yes. You guys have foodstuffs, a cred shit with a lot of money, and a back to bomb, yeah. Deal. So, right, so it takes you a little while. You guys can take a space taxi or whatever you want to do.
A spoober.
Yep.
I know how to call those.
Yeah.
Bar does her job!
I've got this.
I'm like talking to Remy, like, Remy, do you know if this is a spoober planet or a spiff planet? Like...
I would just want to pull up as they're talking. Be
Yeah,
like, our ride's here.
Yep. You guys are like, I don't know, the rates on this planet, the rates in this sector are just out of control. And then, hey guys, Vox is already in there.
They're here.
Yeah.
It's good to go.
Right, so you guys head to the Corellian sector. Now I'm just going to do some basic description of some of this area, because we've never been to Nar Shaddaa before. All right, so you guys, as you're kind of taking the cab there, somebody has it pulled up on a data pad. The Corellian sector, so there's a couple areas that draw your attention. You guys just knew that the Corellian sector would be the kind of safest place to go. It's maybe the most familiar, maybe feels a little bit safer. So it has a lot of nightclubs, restaurants, and casinos. Specifically, level 88 is highly recommended for visitors, and it's kind of the strip of Vegas, if you will. And so it has some pretty predominant locations that draw your attention, especially finding more information. What do you guys remember about your task at hand for the mission itself? You guys knew that you had to go to Hutt Space, right? Mm-hmm. Was there further instructions from there?
I don't think so. I don't think
I
we've
don't know
gotten
if there
anything
were.
more
No,
from
I thought we got
Vox.
coordinates.
Then we'll probably have to have a chat with
yeah,
Vox.
we have coordinates to the Hutt planet.
Not to the specific location. You guys had coordinates to Hutt Space.
Oh, was it Hutt Space?
Yeah.
Okay.
The
That's
final
where he was pointing us.
planet is you guys need more information from there.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wherever the end of this treasure map is.
Yep. You guys are getting close. You're in the region. Right. So there's a couple different locations that kind of draw your eye to get more information. But basically, you guys need to get somewhere quiet and safe so you guys can regroup and formulate a plan and talk to Vox about what he needs from here. Okay. There is another location called the Old Duro sector that seems to draw your attention as well. You get a kind of brief description that it's once a cosmopolitan haven. During the Clone Wars, it has recently quickly fallen into disrepair. So that might be a tiny bit of a seedier area where you can get some more information as well. Mm-hmm. There is some other locations that kind of catch your eye. It recommends all travelers stay clear of the Undercity. The Undercity is highly regarded as the most dangerous place on all of Nar Shaddaa. Broken up into several sectors. But most of it is responsible for the production of clean air and water for the planet. A vast majority of the entire moon's undercity is dedicated towards producing air and water for the planet. A lot of foodstuffs are brought in from out of planet. Mm-hmm. Especially like Nal Hutta is a highly agricultural planet, and when it is, it's not for most aliens' food palates. So
is Nar Shaddaa like swampy planet, desert planet? Is it kind of like very city?
So Nar Shaddaa, the moon you're on, is like tiny Corellia.
Okay.
Or no, tiny Coruscant.
Okay.
Sorry, it's an entire moon. It's covered in a lot of city. The rest of it is kind of barren or like shadow ports and stuff like that. It is the crossroads of all smuggling, disrepute, slavery. It is the It is the market and the bazaar.
It's a good place to be.
Yeah, we can fit right in.
You guys will disappear instantly. People live here their full lives with huge bounties on their heads, even Hutt Space bounties. And
Some of them probably get caught, but a lot probably don't.
yeah, there's a lot of people. It's easy to disappear. It's very dangerous, but if you can handle that, then you can do well on Nar Shaddaa.
Okay.
Now, Hutta is forbidden. It's the planet that this moon orbits. It is considered the Hutt homeworld. Okay. Lastly, there is a place called New Vertica. It is, quote, a city free from Hutt control. So it has some advantages there. However, a lot of it is still in coordination with Hutt Space and all this other stuff. It's kind of just like a embassy that's free from Hutt reign. And then there is a strong Imperial presence here as well. That kind of gives you guys some unwary feelings. There is registered as a orbital shipyard that specializes in producing TIE fighters. Because pirates raid this area, and there still is an Imperial governor assigned to Hutt Space, but you can't imagine
Power
that he...
is limited.
Yeah, and not only that, wherever his power extends only goes as deep as the bribes he gets from
Yeah,
Hutts.
he's probably kept very, very comfortable.
Very much so. He still does have regular busts and harassment and all this other stuff, but with them wanting to maintain their independence, especially during the Civil War era, they make sure that this governor is taken care of well. All right, so you guys are heading towards Corellia sector. I'm going to give you 3 points of contact that might give you some good information or good place to start. There's a location called the Meltdown Cafe. It's a popular but seedy cantina. There is a place called the Slag Pit, which heralds itself as unwelcome to newcomers, but is a rough and tumble gambling den and watering hole.
The slag pit?
Yep. And lastly is the Orange Lady, a dank, seedy cantina frequented by unsavory types. Respectable patrons, stay clear. So on those 3 locations, it's pretty much the least dangerous to the most dangerous in that order. I'm going to give you guys some more. The Duro sector has a couple locations that intrigue you as well. Because what we're going to do after this is I'm going to open it up so you guys can kind of pick your own battles and pick your poisons. The old Duro sector is a different kind of part, but it's nearby. It's definitely a quick hop over in a space cab. You have the Red Light sector, which has all sorts of manner of body enhancement, implants, illegal drugs, and more unusual pursuits. So the Red Light sector is anything you might desire. The Heartache Bistro is considered one of the most premier bistros on all of Nar Shaddaa. It's very much like that place on Corellia.
Yeah, the one that I never got to because I was in prison.
Yeah, you were in prison, but everybody else went, and then you guys met that info chant in the back. Do you remember that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Can't
yeah.
remember her
Yeah,
name.
she was like a cat lady.
People were offending others.
I like how you almost turned red immediately. Like, oh yeah.
Oh,
Didn't-
that place.
Didn't Captain not have like boots on or something in there?
No,
Somebody was
she
missing
had
a
her
shoe.
mag boots on still.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is a dress
And
code.
they were walking up a cliff.
Yeah, I think you had taken your one drug when you guys got to that
That's
resort
right, she was
location.
tripping.
Yep. Right. So the Heartache Bistro is very much like that. It is a place for food, drink, companionship, and entertainment. There is the Cluster Cantina, a popular spot for spacers and criminals. Looks like 100 other cantinas, but there is something unique about it that draws your kind of attention that way.
That sounds like a plot hook.
These are all plot hooks. These are all locations with people that have exclamation points above their head.
All these side quests.
Yeah, this is like in the video game when you bring up your map, it only has these as like locations that have lore pop-ups next to them. The rest of it is like buildings that you can't enter, like in GTA 5. Yeah.
This place is locked.
Yep. Deal. So we can just make up some hotel that you guys can kind of get a spot in? Or...
Well, I was kind of thinking we might stay on level 88 at a certain chain casino place. I think barge right in Nar Shaddaa.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it's like the God, what's that casino in Vegas that's like
the Treasure Island.
No, it's the castle one that's really shitty.
Oh, Excalibur.
Excalibur. Yeah, where the other one was kind of a little bit nicer on Corellia.
This is like very run
This
down.
is franchised and it's just not in line with corporate branding. Yeah.
But who really sends the inspectors out to Nar Shaddaa?
Nobody. Yeah. And if they do, they come back either bribed rich to hell or dead.
So I guess, are we paying by the hour then, or...
For your hotel? Absolutely.
Do they have like a weekly rate?
Welcome to the barge right in. Don't touch anything because it's sticky.
Because it's
God, this is actually, you know what? The barge right in. I don't know if I broke Daniel or if he's just dying.
both.
This is, you know what? This is like the Holiday Inn that we stayed at in Indianapolis.
No,
That's what this hotel is like. Yeah.
Neither Jenny nor Var will walk in there.
Holiday Inn.
Listen, this is where you disappear, okay?
No.
Okay, sweetheart, you have a
No.
bounty on your head. This is where you go to make to disappear.
Nope, Var will
Do
not
we
walk in there.
have a window?
The hallways smell like Ava Bush spies.
Oh yeah, yeah,
All the
And are
fire alarms have been
weirdly
disabled.
painted.
yeah. Everything was recently painted, but probably months ago.
You're not sure if like
There's a new paint smell and the walls are sticky, but there's no signs of paint cans anywhere.
You go to open the door and it won't because it's painted shut.
well, and you can smell that paint smell, but you don't know if it's coming from the walls or like plastic bags tucked in corners.
Yep. And the beds are so soft. Not at all. They are disgusting, and you don't take your socks off. Yeah, it sounds like we're describing something that really happened. It's because it is.
It is.
It
There's
is.
mysterious outlines of things on the floor.
No.
For those of you who are ever interested in going to Gen Con, you make sure you don't fuck around when it comes to reserving your
You know
hotels.
that shit fast.
Otherwise, you stay at the Don't Get Stabbed In.
No, you sleep in your
Pizza Hut
rental
won't deliver
car.
to.
The Pizza Hut
We
that
didn't
you can
have a
see.
rental car.
You can see the Pizza Hut. They don't deliver to that part of town.
You had, there was a car. You had a car available. You could have slept in that.
Not all four of us, no.
I would have.
See, we're big guys.
Anywho,
With the size of that cooler.
that's where you guys get a room.
Gross.
Use your imagination. We're playing make-believe, Jenny. Well, one of us is. The rest of us are just reminiscing about a terrible hotel we stayed at.
Good old
Oh,
days.
now my head hurts. It's just repressed memories.
Don't touch anything, it's
Yeah.
sticky.
Yeah.
Welcome to the barge right in.
Kevin?
No, it's Kevin's cousin.
Corvin.
Corvin. Now I have
That's
to
a
write
great
that.
Star Wars name.
That is a great Star Wars name. All right, so barge right in.
Where are you spelling? Are you spelling it with a K?
Corvin is always spelled with a K.
No.
Because
I spelled
everything
it-
in Star Wars is spelled with a K.
I spelled it KOR''VAN.
Ooh.
That is very Star Warsy.
He can't be Kevin's cousin then, 'cause that's
He's
very.
Corvin. That's his, so he's like a reformed, or the Star Wars version of like a reformed Christian. So that's his reformed name.
Jeez.
He was adopted by Kevin's family. He's got a
No, his just name is. Welcome to the barge right in. Would you care for our delectable menus, or are you staying for a night?
I punch him in the face.
Ouch! That's fair. I have that kind of face. You see a sign that says, "Please don't punch Corbin in his face."
He doesn't even say, he just points to the side.
Thank you for following our one rule here at the barge right in.
Sorry, it's just a reaction. You remind me of someone.
Will you sign my data pad?
Sure. Right over the face.
Perfect. All right, now that we've done circle jerking earlier in the campaign, would you guys care to have a collectible meal? Today is chicken tender special.
What's a chicken?
It's an alien thing. We got it from very far away in the future.
What? What?
Star Wars is a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
These are future chickens?
These are future chicken
So,
tenders. That's what makes
I
them
hear
so
they
special.
come from eggs?
Look, I'm looking for something a little...
It's hard to tell which came first, though. Sorry.
I'm looking for something a little less exotic. Do you have duck?
I don't know what duck is.
Duck actually exists in
Oh,
Star
God.
Wars.
They were on Naboo.
Yeah.
He ducks.
Yeah, you ask for duck and he goes down.
Don't punch me, please.
Please don't hurt me.
Please don't hurt me.
I think
Corbin
we
is a
just like
gentleman.
a room
With the least gross shower. The cleanest shower.
as unsticky as possible.
Oh, that's gonna cost extra.
That's fine.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's still sticky.
It's still... You like, cringe to know how sticky the not sticky rooms are.
He
Right.
could have just charged us extra. We don't know. Give
Yeah,
us one
no,
of the regular rooms.
The rooms are not separated between smoking and non-smoking.
Sticky and non-sticky. Sticky and less sticky.
Oh, are the sticky ones the by the hour rooms?
Oh.
Ew! I wish to exclude myself from this narrative.
I think we're gonna have to get an X card just for this, for the hotel. We've dealt with some dark shit, but this is what brings
Hotel
Jenny-
is too much. It's too sticky. It's too sticky.
hotel.
It's too sticky.
Where you go, and then you peel your hand off like a theater floor.
It's like a handrail going up the
man.
staircase.
Oh god. Oh man.
Okay, first thing we're doing, buying gloves.
You guys have your hazmat suits. I'll flip a decimal point. You brought it to the
I
escape
think
pod.
it's worth it.
Okay, we cut to in your hotel room. You guys are all wearing your hazmat suits.
This is comfortable.
So this scene also happens. The door opens. Vox goes in first because it's Vox, and he goes, "Wow, wow, wow." And he goes,
You just hear like electric motors struggling.
yeah, you see like gunk and just a ream of hair stuck in his gear.
Let's see, how much was our security deposit on the room?
Wait, you actually paid for a security deposit on this room?
Well, he wanted a card, but I gave him
Enjoy
one of
your
the
stay at the
captains.
bar trade inn. I see you didn't have any bags for me to bring up.
No.
Oh, the droids get stuck on the floor. You might want to just put them in the bathroom
Oh.
where we have
Didn't
just
even
tile.
get far enough into the bathroom.
So what's our floor situation? The carpet?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Corbin. We got this. I close the window. First thing I do is cut up the carpet.
Close the window?
Or close the door. The entry window.
Yeah, you have to get in because the door's painted shut.
Going through the window. There's just like a library-style sliding ladder on the outside instead of an elevator. Star Wars screen wipe.
Like 60% of this is from our hotel that we stayed at in real life.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
There was really a guy named Corbin there. That's the truthful part.
Just wait till you guys go to the continental breakfast tomorrow morning.
What's the continent?
I'm just making fun of Super 8 at this point.
Planetental.
Alright. Damn, my head hurts from laughing so hard. Alright, we should get back to the actual planned adventures. Well, by all means, we could keep doing this. I just don't think Jenny wants to do this
I
anymore.
don't know if you want me to actually barf on your.
Can we make Jenny sick tonight?
I almost feel like that's a challenge exceptions.
So what do we find under the carpet?
No!
Nothing as strange as what you find in the mini fridge.
No!
Ooh.
No!
How many legs?
You open it and Kreeblik goes, "Hello."
I'm done.
You guys open the mini fridge and you see Kreeblik stepping out, and he walks out, and his whole family walks out.
Of a mini fridge?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
I told you, Kreeblik's a trans-dimensional being.
yeah.
He goes where he's needed.
There
You
was
said Creed was a girl. I was corrected
There's
last
pizza
week.
crumbs in the fridge, so that's how. For all you lore fuckboys at home.
There was also a circle drawn on the outside of the fridge. We thought it was a magnet.
Nope. What else are we
It
doing
wasn't
today?
drawn in chalk, though.
It's kind of a permanent thing.
How
on the
long
fridge
have we
now.
been playing?
Yeah, what do we have for time on the episode?
Enough for the
Are we
show to
done
get
yet?
canceled. Don't worry, we're almost done with the first hour of today.
Oh boy.
Oh god. Jenny's just gonna go. We have a whole day of Star Wars planned, and Jenny's already done after the first hour. Oh shit. Okay. Alright, so you guys powwow. Vox is stuck there, so he's just gonna talk from the middle of the room.
Stuck.
Oh god.
This is how we control Vox. We should have done this in Remy's apartment.
Nope.
Remy's apartment wasn't nearly this dirty. And Remy let his apartment go. Okay, that's just
I
how...
feel like we talked about how there was a bunch of used needles everywhere too. Like,
My friends threw a party before I left.
I like how there was used needles everywhere. I don't remember that party, though. That was your buddy. That was your Duro buddy
Yeah.
party. Yeah. All right. Okay.
right.
So Vox tells you guys. I'm just gonna fucking proceed forward with plot stuff now, just for Jenny's sake, if nobody else's. Right. So. Oh shit! I have like pages of notes and stuff. Okay. All right.
Who planned this?
None of this looks like ridiculous stuff. This all looks like serious finale stuff.
What?
Right, so you guys need to find the planet Pybus. Vox tells you through a long conversation that you guys need to get to a planet called Pybus. However, Pybus, as you guys bring up on all of your stuff, you guys can tell that it is a planet that is closely guarded by the Hutts. It is on a hyperspace lane known as the Dead Road, and it is forbidden from all without, basically, it is just forbidden to go.
No, I thought it was very welcoming being at the end of Dead Road.
Yeah. Yeah.
You sure
Let me
you
make
can't
sure I'm
go
telling you.
anywhere else, Fox?
Yeah. Would you like a different destination?
Yeah, so it's called the Dead Road Hyperspace Lane, or it's just called the Dead Road. There's a planet named Pybus that is exclusive only to Hutts, and to even be caught on the Dead Road Hyperspace Lane is considered worthy of being killed in horrific fashion. Right. So it sounds like you guys need a hyperspace map to get there, some sort of potential safe passage or permission to travel the Dead Road, and then once you get there, you need to find the temple. And once you find the temple, Vox assures you that you'll find what we're looking for.
So we need a hyperspace nap. We need a bus.
A pie bus. God damn it.
This would be what I drew about our planet. Just like,
What is that?
you said the name of the planet.
And she already
Pie
drawn
plus
pie bus.
A slice of pie plus a bus. I like your campaign notes.
Very meaningful.
As long as you keep playing characters that just don't have a lot going on, you'll never have to take good campaign notes.
Have we
Daniel,
found the pie?
I think Daniel's our moral compass. He's the only one that's like, okay, let's get back on the game here, guys.
No, because you both just circled through about a
I
gross
wrote down
disgusting
orange
hotel for
ladies.
45
Sterling just
minutes.
writes down jokes.
And
I wrote down
dicks.
all the names you gave us.
Good for you. That's a
See? And the one that had
Yeah.
drugs.
Everything.
Shush
deal.
you.
All right, moving on. Right, so you guys, the most important thing right off the bat that's
Beginning
apparent
you were great.
is you guys need to find out where Pybus is to be able to negotiate any sort of transport
Right.
there. So that should be the top priority, and that will usually require dealing with some sort of info chant. And make no mistake, this information is highly unlawful and illegal
Yeah.
in this territory because it's basically asking for blueprints of the Pentagon or something. Yeah,
So we probably shouldn't just ask it on Spacebook.
probably not. Although Remy's already composed a pretty good post.
I'm gonna have to just disable his like wireless somehow.
In my hazmat
you-
suit, and my arms are just limp, and I'm on my keypad like.
in your thing. I like that you created an app a long time ago that looks exactly and functions
But it doesn't
exactly like
actually do
Facebook.
anything.
It doesn't let Remy post.
No, he posts,
It's
and
like
it even
an
has like
isolated-
artificial responses. He's like built
It's
a
a
whole loop.
simulated Spacebook.
Yeah, he built a whole loop so you could just be like, wow, my Facebook friends are just through the roof.
I get so many likes.
I get 100 likes on everything I post.
It was the only thing I could do.
Yeah.
I tried having the talk. We tried giving lectures.
Yeah.
He was just gonna do him. So
All right, so what is the plan? Where would you guys like to head to start finding this information? And you guys can ask me more questions about these locations that I've given you, or kind of refining the list, or starting out. What do you guys want to do?
well, I think we definitely need. So we need to find this info channel. it would probably be best to not do so in a place where people may be on the lookout for people looking for this kind of information. So we're probably going to need to go to a pretty under-the-radar place. A seedy place. A dark place.
Any of the ones you said in the Duro sector.
I mean,
Or the undercity.
but wouldn't they expect people to go to seedy dark places?
So we go ask the Imperial Garrison.
They'd never see it coming.
They wouldn't. We just like walk up to the stormtrooper who's like a WoW city guard. We're like, where is Pybus? It's like, oh, I'll mark it on your map.
New quests have been added to your map. Wait, we should probably do some hotel music.
For the barge ride in. Maybe we just play in the casino for a little while, yeah? We need a vacation. So do we go to... New Vertica may be a good option. That's the Hutt-free place. Or the less Hutt-controlled place.
You would 100% not find hyperspace maps to Hutt Space in the non-Hutt Space area.
Place.
I'm glad my tablet's telling me this information.
That's fair.
I've enabled the tablet assist option.
The paperclip pops up.
Yeah.
That's a dumb idea.
That's a dumb idea. Oh, thanks, Clippy.
Now go away. Nobody enabled you.
So,
Somewhere with
New
food.
Vertica's off the list.
Somewhere with food.
Probably
There's a
either...
bistro and a cantina and a cafe.
So I think we should probably go to the Old Duros sector because we didn't get buildings for Undercity.
That would be what Jenny said.
There are locations for Undercity, but if you guys want, I can.
They'll
give
Probably
come up
don't
at-
want to be stabbed.
They'll come up as we need them. Those are going to be fetch quests.
Yeah, you don't want to go to the most dangerous location on Nar Shaddaa
Yeah, I mean,
at the
we're
start.
not high enough level
That's
yet.
that's at least third act.
What was the red light one again?
It's just called the red light sector.
Well, they
You
do
said
say
something
in the
about
red light sector we can find anything we want.
The red light sector is more goods than services.
But
Drugs.
cluster?
Illegal drugs is one of them. Yes.
Maybe we shouldn't go there.
Harnick Bistro, Red Light District, we're in Duro.
The cluster cantina just has a note on here that says something unique.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a big exclamation point.
All of these are big exclamation points. To be fair,
Yeah.
I mean, if we want to talk meta-wise, I can give you guys.
I mean, I was
More
thinking
information.
like dividing and conquering. Like we each have our strengths. I'm sure that we'll be able to do. I want to go to the slag pit.
I want to go to the red light place.
wanna
Trust
go
me, I have
home.
prepared a plethora of things to do. If you guys do split up, that's perfectly possible. As role-playing note, some of these locations take a long time to kind of wade through with a lot of stuff. So if you guys do that, just be aware that we'll be breaking off and doing individual stuff, like what we did for Friends Like These, a little bit more kind of stuff, where you have to sit there for 30 minutes watching other people have fun.
I mean, that's fun.
Yeah, I mean, we're all invested in the story at this point, except for Jenny, especially with the Barge Ride In Hotel.
I'm invested into certain parts of
Yeah,
this story.
yeah,
and
mostly
would
whatever
like,
Vox has.
would like others to not exist.
Okay, deal. I think that's any role-playing game ever. Yeah.
Mainly
Listen, you
your
can't have the great
disgusting
moments
hotel.
without the bad moments.
It's an emotional roller coaster.
Yeah. Like sex.
Otherwise, it's just like a
How
chair
do you
ride.
do sex, Martin? I've never had sticky
It
hotels.
shouldn't be that sticky.
It shouldn't be that sticky. No.
Sticky is the opposite
You
of what
guys
you
don't
want.
get stuck to the floor afterwards? And pull up a clump of hair out of your
Only
wheels?
twice.
Only twice.
Twice. But what a night.
Alright, so to continue, where are we going?
Ah, my honeymoon. Right, yeah.
I kind of Remy, I think, wants to go to some place like the slag pit. It's kind of a little seedier place where he can sit and
You can try to punch other people.
talk to people. Well, Orange Lady's where he goes to get in a fight, but
I don't know, the slag pit's pretty unfriendly to outsiders.
hey, I
Deal.
think I'm Corellian.
Well, here's the deal. We're at time, so we're going to call it an episode. Where do you think we should go next?
Tell us in the
Leave it in the
comments.
comments.
Leave it in the comments.
See that right next week.
Spoilers, we're going to take a break and then record the next episode, so we won't be able to get your feedback, but maybe you'll be right.
So, anyways, we will see you again next week for more Legacy of whatever the hell we're doing anymore.
The Legacy of Sticky.
No, this has to die now.
Previously on Legacy of Ash. It's so sticky.
All right. Well, we will see you guys again next week for more finale of this campaign we're running in quote unquote the Star Wars universe.
Where'd this paper come from?
You guys do have a phone book in your room.
What's our space map on?
You got a Bible.
A phone book right next to the Bible.
A King James Bible.
It's a Gideon if it's in a hotel.
That's right.
I bet Corvin put those in.
Listen, when you stay at this hotel, you gotta find God to survive.
If you don't find God, you'll find something else.
It is just the binding of the Bible.
Unfortunately, yeah, you open the Bible and it's just cut out and there's a vibrator in the middle. It's,
Oh, that's right. Thanks, Corvin.
Gross.
all right, that's it for tonight.
Oh, okay.
It's all so sticky.
I'm done with all of you.
That's fair.